in India, where the central bank has decided to raise interest rates.
Yeah, a surprise decision from the new governor of India's central bank. He's risen the interest by 25 basis points to 7.5%. Raghuram Rajan, just a month in the job, he had been expected to keep interest rates on hold. That was mainly to try to curb inflation. That's why they decided to raise the interest rates now. It'll restrict the amount of money that banks will lend and hopefully bring down prices. Rising food prices in particular have been a huge problem in India. The price of onions in particular risen by more than 200% in the last year, a staple for many Indian consumers. Now, the central bank also announced in its press conference that it would taper measures to support the rupee, which it had been taking to try to calm down the fall of the rupee against the dollar. It's reached record lows against the dollar since the start of this year.
Now, have the markets taken that news, Stephen?
Mumbai's Sensex index fell by more than 2% after those announcements from the Indian central bank, and the rupee fell against the dollar as well. Overall, quite a quiet day's trading in Asia. The Chinese, Hong Kong and Seoul indexes all closed for public holidays. Trading has just begun in Europe in the final trading day of the week, also opening in the red across the board, as you can see there. One stock we're watching for you is that of sportswear maker Adidas. They issued a profit warning and their shares are down over 4% in trading in Germany today.
Now to the United States, where investment bank JP Morgan has been fined almost $1 billion, Stephen.
Really a massive fine. This is over the London whale trading scandal. It's 3 different regulatory authorities that JP Morgan are going to have to pay this money to. You can see the 3 of them listed there. They're also going to pay $220 million to the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, a total of $920 million. Really a massive fine, but also what's significant about this is that for the first time, JP Morgan has admitted liability in this case, saying it's at fault. This is a change in US regulatory policy. Normally they penalise the financial institutions, but they don't have to admit that they're in the wrong. 3 employees in JP Morgan's London office were fired after the scandal was discovered when it emerged that they had been artificially inflating prices on trades and also covering up their losses. 2 of those employees face criminal charges, and JP Morgan itself now may face civil claims too.
Now, the newest iPhone models have gone on sale with a great deal of excitement around amongst Apple fans, of course, Steve.
As always, I mean, we're used to seeing these pictures at this stage. Anytime Apple brings out a new product, this was no exception for the iPhone 5S and 5C. These are the pictures of consumers waiting to buy them in Japan. Early this Friday, you can see people dressing up even as their favourite Apple products. Now, Apple had been trying to regain some of the ground that it's lost to rival smartphone makers like Samsung with these new products. There had been some expectation the firm would launch a low-cost model of the iPhone, but the 5C, the cheaper of the models they've launched, still costs them €599 here in France. So why are Apple fans willing to pay so much money for the latest models? Franz Van Kat's Claire Williams has been finding out.
These die-hard Apple fans haven't budged from their spot for 2 days now. They want to be the first in France to get their hands on the iPhone 5S.
Stocks are limited, according to the rumours. So if we want to be sure of getting hold of the iPhone, we need to be first. Welcome to the world of Apple.
Apple's pulling power has been attributed to the late CEO, Steve Jobs, known for his eye for detail and pushing the envelope.
I just think it's beautiful. It's about beauty, the product itself. It's beautiful.
Since Jobs' death, there's concern Apple is losing its magic touch. Rivals Samsung and HTC dominate emerging markets, and Apple's share price fell after the 2 latest iPhones were unveiled last week. Investors complain the wow factor was missing, and they question whether the cheaper 5C model can gain a foothold in emerging markets, seeing its €599 price tag. But some brand experts think Apple is making the right bet.
They can't get into the game of being low cost or mass. They are a premium brand, and premium brands will always have a premium associated. So they cost a little bit more, but you're willing to pay that because of the brand itself.
With the festive season approaching, the new iPhones will test whether investors and customers fall out of love with Apple.
Well, no sign of that yet, Stephen. Lots of enthusiasm there. Finally, we're going to have a look at a very special arrival into Los Angeles airport this week.
Yes, I can't get away from this story. I've been talking about it all morning. Taiwan's EVA Air flew its Hello Kitty themed plane into LAX late on Wednesday night. As you can see, the Boeing 777 branded with Hello Kitty and her friends. Also, passengers that get on board will get a Hello Kitty boarding pass and will be guided to special Hello Kitty branded seats. It's one of 5 planes that EVA Air already has operating in Asia. This one will carry the first long-haul Hello Kitty passengers. The food, the toilet paper, everything on this plane is branded. Even the safety cards feature Hello Kitty.
What's not to love? Thank you very much indeed, Stephen. A look at the very latest business headlines there. Time now for our international press review.